Good evening. It's been revealed that 4 school children were taken to hospital after fears they may have taken cocaine, thinking it was sweets. Emergency services were called to Broadstone Middle School in Poole following reports children had taken a white powder. Sam Holder has more details.
Well, this is a concerning incident here at Broadstone Middle School, but thankfully all the children are fine. There were 4 of them, aged from just 9 to 13 years old, and they believed the white powder was some sort of sweet, possibly a sherbet. Police tests have confirmed it was cocaine. School staff thought the children had taken some of the Class A drug, so called the emergency services. Paramedics came and checked on the children and took them to Poole General Hospital, but staff there found no evidence of any harm to the children, and police now think that they didn't actually ingest any of the drug. This all happened on January the 3rd, but has only been reported today, and an investigation is now underway. A 32-year-old man from Bournemouth has been arrested for drug offences. Naturally, parents are very upset at the news. Nobody expects a child of that age to come across something so dangerous while in school. And we asked the head teacher for an interview, but they didn't want to speak on camera, but said they'd written to all parents to tell them about the incident and explain that this was just an isolated event.
Sam Holder reporting there. In other news tonight, a father of 4, originally from Southampton, has been shot dead in Thailand. Tony Kenway, seen here with his wife, was killed in the driver's seat of his car outside a sports club in the resort of Pattaya. The Foreign Office said it is in contact with local police there. Meanwhile, police are trying to trace this man after a serious sexual assault in Brighton. A 19-year-old woman was attacked in an alleyway near Middle Street by a man she'd met in a nightclub. 2 men have been charged after a young man was killed in a crash in Hampshire a year ago. 19-year-old Luke Fletcher was a passenger when the car crashed on the B2177 at Southwick. 22-year-old Zach Ross Harris has been charged with causing death by dangerous driving and driving without a licence or insurance. 25-year-old Danny Ross Barringer has been charged with dangerous driving. They are both due to appear in court next month. Now, a national crackdown has been launched against drivers who use their mobile phones, and thousands of people have already been prosecuted. In Hampshire and the Isle of Wight last year, more than 3,000 drivers were issued with a fixed penalty, and in Dorset, more than 750 drivers were prosecuted for holding their phone at the wheel. Kerry Swain has more details.
I'm in an unmarked police car in pursuit of a driver spotted using a mobile phone. Unmarked motorbikes are also being used in this crackdown. The man admits taking a call while at the wheel, but thinks he was safe.
I wasn't holding the phone, no. I wasn't holding my phone.
No, between your shoulder and right here.
Yeah, I was hands-free though, wasn't I? No, hands-free. I'm not actually holding the phone.
The offence is using a mobile phone whilst driving.
Enforcement and education is the purpose of this campaign. Drivers are still using their mobiles despite horrific fatal accidents. A lorry driver on his phone caused a pile-up on the M271 motorway near Southampton, killing 2 men. Another truck driver killed a mother and 3 children on the A34 near Newbury. The judge said he was so distracted he might as well have had his eyes shut. While I was out with Dorset police, they caught 15 people in just 2 hours in one small area of Bournemouth.
If I noticed you drove along, you had your mobile phone in your hand.
What was the purpose of the call? My sister's in hospital, and it was, I was stationed overnight when it was on.
We'll keep persevering and hopefully one day we'll get to the same level of sort of unsocial acceptance as we are with drink drivers and things now.
You don't have to make a call to break the law. Just holding your phone and looking at it is illegal, even if you're in a traffic jam or stopped at traffic lights. The current penalty for using your mobile phone while driving is a £100 fine and 3 points on your licence. But from March the 1st, that will double to £200 and 6 points, which means that anyone who's been driving for 2 years or less will automatically lose their licence and have to retake their test.
You were at the junction, wait to come out,
Yeah.
and you had your phone in your hand.
Yeah.
We're still catching people on a daily basis, still using their phones. Phone usage has changed considerably. It's not just a case of people answering the phone now. There's texting, social media, emailing.
No, I didn't mean to do it. It's just the phone call comes through and you automatically. It's just an instant pick phone, isn't it?
You think you might do things differently now?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've been told I'm wrong, haven't I?
Mobile phone use was a contributory factor in 22 fatal accidents in this country in 2015. The message from Dorset Police is simple: there's no excuse. Kerry Swain, ITV News.
The Royal Navy has been escorting a Russian warship through British waters today. Portsmouth-based HMS St Albans shadowed the so-called Russian Ship of Shame, which was involved in the war in Syria. Defence Secretary Michael Fallon said the carrier had extended the suffering of the Syrian people. The husband of a Hampshire woman jailed in Iran says he hasn't been able to speak to her since she lost her appeal. Richard Radcliffe from Fleet says he has no idea how his wife Nazanin is coping. She was visiting her parents in Iran with their 2-year-old daughter when she was detained. On Sunday, her 5-year prison sentence was upheld by an Iranian court. She denies breaking any laws.
I think now she's with other women. You know, there's a cell of women who've been through a similar experience. So they're there to sort of talk through and hold her through, so it keeps her stronger. But yeah, I mean, 5 years in Evin prison is a long thing to be looking at. So, I mean, she's not in a great place. We've got to think about what we do with Gabriella. We've got to think about what's best for the family in lots of ways. So, yeah, there's some thinking to do.
And there is a longer interview on our website. Just head to itv.com/Meridian. Organisers of the Shoreham Air Show have confirmed it will not take place this summer. 2 years ago, 11 people were killed when a Hawker Hunter jet crashed. Yesterday, the Civil Aviation Authority accepted all the recommendations designed to make shows safer for both pilots and spectators. Now, the government plans to transform flight paths in its biggest shake-up of airspace in 50 years. Transport Secretary Chris Grayling said the airways are congested and modernisation is well overdue. It will affect airports Heathrow, Gatwick and Southampton. A consultation will be announced next week and continue for 16 weeks. Ferndown will see the local branch of HSBC close down. The town is one of 4 places in the south to lose their local branch. The bank says it's down to the growth of mobile and internet banking. Totton, Cosham and Hazelmere will also see branches close this year. On to some sports news now, and Southampton are through to the final of the FA Cup after a stunning win at Anfield. They took a 1-0 lead into the tie, and a Fraser Foster mistake almost gave Liverpool an equaliser. But in the 91st minute, Shane Long was played and scored the only goal of the night, giving the Saints a famous win. It ended 2-0 on aggregate, and Southampton are in their first final since 2003. Now, if Sir Ben Ainsley wins the America's Cup this summer, Portsmouth would host the next event in 2019. Today in London, Ainsley and the other skippers confirmed the Cup will now be held every 2 years, and it will continue to be raced in the foiling catamarans, and that costs will be kept down to encourage more teams to take part.
It's a really exciting, pivotal moment, I think, in the America's Cup now, to have a platform to move forward to say the next event will be in 2019, hopefully in Portsmouth, and then after that in 2021. It's really what the America's Cup has been looking for in its 166-year history, is being able to set up the continuity, the sustainable platform to build this sporting event which does have this huge, incredible history.
Now, apparently there's snow on the way. Let's get all the weather details from Lucy Varasamy.
From sleet to the slopes, driving through Europe. Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian weather.
Hello to you again. A very good evening. Well, a bitterly cold end to this working week. It's set to remain freezing and frosty in the coming few hours. Temperatures falling away as I speak. You could well see -3, -4 in places before the end of the night. A sharp frost likely in rural zones, and with a bit more of a breeze compared to the last few nights, any notable mist and fog patches should be kept at bay. So that's the good news. Clearer skies into tomorrow morning, if freezing and frosty first thing. And it's set to remain bitterly cold all day. Temperatures barely above freezing even by the afternoon. Just a very stingy 2 or 3 degrees at best, especially where we've got any cloud cover. Feeling even colder here. and the coldness enhanced by a biting, brisk southeasterly breeze from the near continent from time to time. So in exposed spots, a bit of a wind chill, even with that sparkly low winter sunshine. I don't think it will make a huge lot of difference because those temperatures will simply be so low. And we keep that really cold air into the end of the week. Patchy overnight frosts, but we lose that biting breeze. Keep warm. See you again soon. Good night.
Eurotunnel the Shuttle sponsors ITV Meridian weather.
-4, that is very cold. Do take care. And that is all from us for tonight. We are back in Good Morning Britain from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. But from me and from all of us here on the Late Team, thanks very much for your company. Good night.